want to talk about a few things. I want to speak my truth. That's truly what this video is going to be about, is just speaking your truth. And as I was getting things set up, I was going through my process of what was going on in my heart, my mind, in my soul, in my spirit. And lately, life has been showing me different alternate paths. And the one thing that I've recognized in all of these paths that are being shown is, how does it all align with my truth, right? The truth of who I am, right? And I think it's just a wonderful thing when you can go through certain things in your life and it exposes different aspects of who you are. And I truly feel that's what life is all about. It's just going through different experiences and truly discovering who you are. I don't think there's a linear aspect to life. I think that life is just so vast and broad, and we're always discovering ourselves in different aspects of life, where you may have thought, oh yeah, this is the thing that I'm destined to do, but then you get a shift in your thoughts, or you get a shift in your vibration, and now you're thinking, well, maybe I want to do something else. Maybe I want to do something different. Maybe I want to be something different. And that's kind of the process that I'm in myself personally. And lately I've just been embracing it. I've just been embracing the entire process of it all, of just going through the discovery phase and redefining or defining even further in depth as to who I am, who I desire to be, how I desire to show up. And I'm not gonna lie, for a while I feel like my judgment got kind of clouded in everything that I was doing. Like, I loved it all, right? I loved what I was building, but somehow or another I didn't solidify the belief in what it is that I was building, and therefore my judgment got clouded. So whenever I wanted to make a decision or make a move in my business or in life, it was always a second guess, right? It was always a second thought, and it was, I'm not gonna say it wasn't necessary or unnecessary, but I just noticed what it did for me, which is nothing. It did absolutely nothing for me. Whenever you get an impulse or a thought to act on something, there's a reason for that. Because in that acting of whatever impulse you get, you're being guided to that next level in your life. You're getting guided to that next step, that next phase, that next stage in your life. And so at some point I felt stagnant. And I'm speaking my truth right now, right? There's a lesson in this. And I felt stagnant for a while. But I know that when that happens, that just means I need to be still. Because it's like being in a box, right? And you're just trying to walk in different directions, and you're trying to knock down the walls in these directions, right? But nothing seems to be working. But there's a way out of it, but you just don't know the way because you're just steady beating on the walls in each direction. And so you get still, you get silent, fall back into your practices, and then a path reveals itself to you. And lately that's the journey that I've been on. A journey of revelation, right? A journey of of things revealing themselves, so that way I can move forward in the proper direction. And so I have a lot of decisions to make. I have a lot of choices at my disposal. And it's such a beautiful thing too, when you can recognize the choices and understand that they're all for your benefit, no matter which direction you take. But it's all about choosing the direction, right? And maybe you're feeling this way right now in your life. Maybe there are so many different aspects of life and so many different avenues for you, but you just don't know which avenue to take, and therefore you choose nothing. And sometimes the worst decision you can ever make is doing nothing, because doing nothing is a decision, right? So this is me taking radical action. Now, normally, whenever I do these videos, I would always have something. I would have a script. I would have like talking points, keynotes, right? But I felt like this was important. I felt like it was important to really share and express what was going on within me, to maybe bring out a lesson to help somebody who's watching this video. Because that's all life is, right? Life is lessons. Life is a maze, and we're all just navigating it in different ways. And everybody has their own philosophies. They come to their own conclusions, and everybody creates a world within this world. And we're all just come together and we share in that creativity, in those creations. So this is me expressing what I've been creating in my world so far, or what's been happening to me in my world, which allows me to choose how I create my own reality. Life is a mystery, and I've always thought that. I've always thought that there were just so many aspects to life that we just don't know about. And it's like the more you learn, the more you realize you have so much more to learn. And it's a beautiful thing, right? It's nothing to be afraid of, but it is something to be aware of. That there is more to life than just what we're experiencing right here, right now in the moment. And there are so many other moments that you have that you haven't lived yet. And they're just waiting for you to express. They're waiting for you to express yourself so that way you can be exposed to those different aspects, right? I think it's important to get still sometimes. I think it's important to be still whenever we feel that way, whenever we feel like lost. I wouldn't even call it lost. Whenever we feel like we're stuck or stagnant or we don't know which direction to go, I think it's important to just get still and just be silent for a moment. Be in nature, meditate, read, listen, pay attention. Because that's where the signs come from, right? That's where the guidance starts to come in. And this right here is, in a sense, of meditation for me. Because I'm allowing my guidance system to kick in. I'm not overthinking or overanalyzing or trying to figure out what's the best thing to say. I'm just speaking what's in my heart right now. And that's important. That's important. You do this, the key to this, right, is to not look for the views or to look for the comments or to look for anybody else's approval. But the key to this is to truly express yourself in the most authentic way. My mentor once told me to speak your truth even if your voice shakes, right? Because this is a game of patience, right? Patience and persistence. Because the more you do it, the better you get at it. So I say that to say this. Look at the things that you've been doing for a certain period of time and see how good you've gotten at it. Because that's happened to me along my journey, to where I was doing something for a consistent period of time. And then, like I said before in the beginning, in the earlier stages of this conversation, I kind of got discouraged and I started second guessing myself. And then I paused for a moment. But then I realized that these are the things that I've been working on for so long. These are the things that allow me to become the greatest version of myself. These are the things that have helped me to step into radical action and to do the things that I thought were impossible. These things right here, sitting here, sharing in these moments, these are the things that really help me to cultivate and create a space where I can be expressive and creative and where others can come and do the same thing. And so look back on the things that you've been doing for a period of time and see, well, I was good at that. And I just let it go. Maybe that's something you need to get back to. Or maybe you need to find a way to revamp the things that you're already doing, right? I was watching a podcast the other day, and it kind of rung a couple of bells for me, right? It was David, right? It was David Shands, and it was the hot seat. And he was talking to somebody and just trying to get an understanding of the podcast that they're creating and the type of content and who they want to show up as, how they want to show up. And this person seemed kind of lost or confused or just trying to figure out who they truly are, right? And I resonated with that because I remember I was like that along my earlier journey where I was just trying to figure things out, where I felt like I was lost or I felt like I was trying to just become a better version of myself and just show up as somebody who can help others do the same. And it made me think like, okay, you got to get back to the basics of what it is that you are doing. Because when you start to achieve and reach certain levels in your life, it's so easy to forget the things that helped you to get to where you were, to where you currently are. And it's important. It's important that you understand the basics that helped you to solidify the foundation that you're currently living on. Like for me, it was always mindset, self-development. It was always like meditations. It was always those practices that helped me to cultivate and become the greatest version of myself. And now I find myself stepping back into those things because I took a step back for a while, right? Just reinventing, reestablishing, figuring myself out, right? And so I find myself back into these practices again, and I realized like, oh, these were the foundational pieces that allowed me to become the person that I am today. Because I was somebody who was never really comfortable in front of a camera or afraid to speak because I was always hesitant to speak what was on my mind. Because I always thought like, well, maybe nobody would understand, or maybe I would offend somebody, and just so many different thoughts, right? But it's important to show up as you are, as you are right now today. Because these are just stepping blocks, right? These are things that you can look back on and see the improvement that you've made over the course of time, right? These are just progressive steps. And this right here is a progressive step in the right direction. So, yeah. Find your basics. Figure out what your basics are, right? Find your foundation. Figure out what your foundation is. What is the foundation of you? What helps you to become the person that you are today? And if you don't know or if you haven't got that figured out yet, well, start with the small things, with the simple things, right? What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning, right? Let's start there. Do you make up your bed? Do you pray? Do you read? Do you drink water? Those things start to create the habits, the positive habits that help you progress forward in whatever it is that you're doing or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, right? The simple things, that's where it starts at. It starts with the little things first. Like we can get all in our heads about the bigger picture and the things that we are supposed to do and things of that nature, right? But you always got to bring it back to the basics. Before you can propel forward and really advance, you got to bring it back to the basic foundations. My coach once told me that the only difference between somebody who's successful and someone who's not is that the ones that are successful, they do the basics very well. They do the simple things very well, and over time, it just creates the success that they want in life. Because they continuously do it over and over and over again. I saw a picture actually. It's like, first, it starts with a thought. Then it starts with an intention. Then it starts with action. And then it's just who you are. It starts with the thought, then the intentions, then the actions. And then it's just who you are. So ask yourself today, who have you become up to this point? Who have you become up to this point? And who do you desire to be moving forward? Because you're carrying this aspect that you've created into every other avenue into your life, right? So who are you now? What makes you great? What makes you different? What makes you significant? What makes you stand out? Who are you right now? Who are you right now? I'll leave you with that question. Let me know in the comments. Who are you? And as always, thank you. Thank you for being on this journey with me. Thank you for allowing me to be on this journey with you. I truly believe we do better when we grow together, so let's continue to grow with one another. And if you found this helpful, inspiring, or motivating in any way, shape, or form, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Click the notification bell to get notified whenever I publish another video. And leave a comment down below of gratitude, love, and appreciation. This is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. Greater things are coming. See that butterfly right there? That's a sign. Greater things are coming. You are stepping into your butterfly state. You are coming from that caterpillar into a cocoon and breaking out into that breaking out into that butterfly state. Yes. Yes, you are. Thank you. Appreciate you for watching this video. And until next time, this has been another PaulizeTalks. And until next time, peace.